Working hard, great attitude. He's actually probably one of the more vocal guys in the running back room. He's just really still trying to work on the fine details of becoming a better pass protector. But from an effort standpoint, from a leadership standpoint, of being a vocal guy to kind of help me coach on the field, he's done a really good job. So I think this is the first time he's really getting meaningful reps, and he shows a lot of improvement. So hopefully we can find a role for him on special teams first, and then hopefully he can help us on offense down the line.
It's been in the hole for the last couple of days. Any concern? What you think was kind of precautionary, but what's the situation there?
Nothing. There's no situation. We're just trying to be smart. Obviously in the camp, some guys just need a little time to rest and get the legs underneath him. He's one of those guys. He missed a lot of reps in the spring, so we're just trying to bring him in slowly.
What is it with him? What is it with him?
Oh, no, so there's no injury or anything like that. You're just taking it light with him.
What y'all think I was gonna say?
Didn't see if there was any. He tweaked something or pulled something or anything like that.
No, we just resting him.
Okay. How in terms of the number one guy, Neil? Has he pretty much secured that spot?
You know what? It all depends on the first play that we call the first play of the game. To be honest with you, he does some things that Rajon doesn't do well, and Rajon does some things vice versa. So I don't think there's really a one.
Fall practice.
I'm probably the worst guy. My players know I don't throw out a bunch of praise. All those guys have been working hard. To name one guy, it's too early. And you ask me 3 weeks from now, I'll still be the same way. All those guys have been working hard and making strides, getting better. Rajon's picked a couple parts of his game he's gotten better at. Alden has picked a few things. Tom. So all those guys are really working hard and improving in different areas.
All right. This offense, from what we've seen a couple years in Cincinnati from those guys, that seems to thrive on explosive playmakers. Do you feel like at tailback you've been able to identify a guy or two that can be explosive, get you, some big chunk plays?
All those guys have shown different things they do well. Obviously Rajon's probably the guy that has the most explosive ability. A guy that can catch, and we've seen in some scrimmages him break off some long runs. So they're definitely there. We just have to make sure that we're in great shape, that when those opportunities come, he's able to see those creases and create those big plays. So I think there are a few guys.
Tom Smith seems to his amount of reps that we've seen have been going up. What has he done to earn those reps, and what have you seen out of that?
He stayed healthy. That's the main thing for a running back. Just the longer you stay healthy, you're going to get those opportunities. And right now he's done a good job. This spring he was a little banged up and he wasn't able to get those reps. But so far this fall camp, he's been healthy. He's showing us that we can give him the football. The pass is behind us. And hopefully he's a guy that can come out and make some plays. We need him to this fall.
Marlon's kind of been in and out of that green jersey. Is that more just precautionary because of his history?
It is. We just have to be smart. Coach Jones always tells us as position coaches to manage our group. And, we meet daily and talk, and I talk to the guys individually. And, just a decision right now that we want to rest him a little bit. He's further behind. From a practice standpoint, other guys are kind of, brushed that wall. I think he kind of hit a wall a little bit. So we just want to rest him and also give Alden Hill a chance to get some reps along with Tom.
When it comes to the explosive playmakers part, what do you look for? Is there a certain measure, like, hey, we want to get 2 or 3 chunk plays a game, or how do you measure how explosive your tailbacks are being?
You know what I mean? That's up to them. Obviously, every play I want an explosive play. So we don't put a cap on it. We just want them to be in great shape. So whether it's the first play of the game or the 60th play, when that opportunity comes, you got to be ready to go make a play. So that's one of the things I've been talking to the guys about. And obviously this offense is fast tempo, and after a 40-yard run, you got to be ready, to take it for the other 60. So we're just constantly talking about that. But we don't put a cap or a limit on it. We strive on explosive plays in this offense, and that's what's made Coach Jones and his offense successful at other places.
Tom's a guy that only had a handful of carries the freshman year. Set out all of last year. Just where was he at mentally when you first got here on the job?
Well, the first thing I said on day one is, hey, I'm not worried about the past. I'm not watching old film. I don't want to hear anybody else's opinion. I'm going to form my own opinion. And I think that's one of the things that made him perk up and a lot of the other guys in the room. So, with that being said, he just really bought into what we were telling him to do. Disappointing this spring because he didn't get a lot of reps because he was banged up a little bit. But so far he's been good. He still has a ways to go from a game, a situational being in live settings. where he has to show he can make plays. So, versus Austin Peay, hopefully we'll be able to get him in the game. And he's earned my trust as a position coach. I think he's earned the trust from the offensive coordinator and also the head coach.
Where do you think he is now on the depth chart?
I don't know. I mean, it depends on the first thing we call. We don't have a depth chart. Whether he goes or Rajon goes first, it really doesn't matter. I trust all those guys right now. So there's no depth chart.
Just in the past, you've coached and it's the most number of running backs you've used in a game. Tennessee last year had to use 4 in a game. So, what's a good number to have?
Me, I always want to try to get about 3 guys ready. I do. I mean, obviously, I love for Coach Jake to figure out an offense where all of those guys can play at one time, but it's not going to happen. We're gonna get 3 guys ready. The 1 and 2 are going to be guys get the most rest, but that 3 has to be ready to be that 2 at any moment. So in my opinion, probably about 3 guys, and hopefully we play well enough that we get some guys in, in some games, some late situations.
When do you guys think you decide to make that call on who those top 3 could be?
When are we going to make that call?
Yeah, do you have a timetable set for when you need to have that happen?
It's all the way up to game time, to be honest with you. I mean, obviously, beginning next week, Coach Jake will come up with a game plan, and we'll put those guys in the situations where they're best suited. Obviously Rajon's the guy that catches the ball out of the backfield along with Marlon, and I think Thomas showed he's a guy for short yardage. So it just depends on the rotation, the game plan that we come up with, and but any of those guys right now have earned the trust from the staff to go in and play right now.
Is it a tough decision to kind of boil it down to maybe 1 or 2 guys for a game?
It is tough, and that's those guys' job. I tell them all the time, it's your job to make it tough for us as a coaching staff and for me as a position coach to figure out who I want to go in the game. I tell those guys, I want to have a hard decision. When I turn around, I want you guys to all be looking at me, and I have to base who goes in the game based on what you've done that week in practice. So I think those guys are going to work hard because my policy is it's week to week. I mean, the guys that work hard are going to get the opportunities to go play.
You know how it is because you played the position. Do you have guys who need 15, 20 carries to show what they've got, or do you got guys who can get in there and give you like a spot starter or what have you?
Well, I think if you look around college football now, I mean, the best running back groups are the guys that play by committee. In this league, you need depth. You're going to have to go a long season, have to be able to, with the style of play that we play, the next guy has to be ready. And I believe in the guy that has the hot hand will stay in the play. So, just all those guys have to be ready to go. But 1, 2, or 3 really doesn't matter.
Simplify things for you if Neal and Lane were different.